Hello, hello, how's it going everybody? This is Etho, and welcome back guys to another episode of the Let's Play series, and we're doing this one from the new computer. That's right, I got it set up. Took me about 12 to 16 hours to transfer everything over to the new computer. Hopefully all the settings are correct this episode. I'm a little nervous. Hopefully there's no sound artifacting or anything weird like that. If you didn't hear, I got me a Intel i7 14700 processor. We got 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, 1460 NVIDIA video card. We got a 16 terabyte hard drive with a 1 terabyte solid state, and Windows 11. Honestly, Windows 11, once you customize it, it's not too bad of a layout and everything. I had to change a lot of stuff though to get it like feeling good, but I'm used to it now. And what else? I think that's about it. I got a new monitor as well, so I've been really enjoying that. It actually made a bigger difference than I expected getting a new monitor. Nice colors on it, nice crisp image. I was expecting like a 1.5 times improvement at best, but it's like from all the benchmarking I've done, I think we're actually more like 2 to 2.5 times faster than my old computer for a lot of things. Like, for example, I went to the laggiest part of our world here, around the man cave, and I was on the old computer getting about 80 frames per second. On this one, it's like 220. So it's like pretty significant. And basically what that means is I probably don't have to worry about performance in Minecraft ever again, unless like it gets a lot worse in the future. So I'm happy about that. Let's see, we're gonna make some adjustments here at the Enderman farm. Let's get this over here. We're gonna add an on-off switch for the music first off. Whoop, come up here and put that there. Okay. Do we have levers? We do have levers. Okay. Throw that on here, and now we should be able to turn it on and off. Yeah, so a little while ago we added this potion system onto our Enderman farm that allows us to automatically farm the Enderman. We don't have to do anything really. We just have to load it up with water bottles, and it'll automatically farm them for us. And it worked out great, actually. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, except one major problem I have kind of discovered here that we're going to try to fix. Basically, when we did this, we didn't really have anything built in the end. But since then, we've worked on our storage room. We have the Wither Rose thing here. We have our Obsidian Maker, Shulker Box farm. There's a honey farm in the end. I'm spending a lot of time in the end now. And a lot of times this Enderman farm is just like within range of being loaded, and every time I come here now, it's out of potions. It's really frustrating. So we're going to add a simple on-off switch to it so that we can turn the automatic feature on and off. Button press to turn it on. But I know if I do that, we're going to also have a new problem. I'm going to forget to shut it off all the time, and when we come back here, it's going to be out of potions again. So I want to set it up so it automatically shuts off when we fly away. When it detects our elytras, then it'll just shut itself off. And then that way I don't ever have to think about it. So to do that, we're going to use the old calibrated skulk sensor and... what's it called? Skulk Shrieker. Yeah. It's been a while since I used one of these. I forgot what they were. How do we do this? We want to go... this on the observer, so that'll make the piston extend. We will put a redstone block here. When it's extended, it will lock the hopper clock and stop this thing from running. And then we use the calibrated skulk sensor. Oh, I did grab them. Look at that. I planned ahead, everybody. We will use a comparator, which I definitely grabbed as well, to set that to elytra mode. Go back over here. Otherwise, this is going to go for any noise. Boom, we get our lectern down, and then we're going to grab one of our special books we made recently to tell it what we want it to detect. Go to Elytra Glide, and then we just got to hook this button up to the other piston so we can turn this on whenever we want to use it. And that's all there is to it. Run this over here. Should be good. Yeah, move the block. That extended, it's running again. And then we just cover this all up with carpet so Enderman don't teleport on our stuff. Okay, just 1 second. We got a slight problem here. It's not working the way it's supposed to. If we fly away, it's supposed to shut off. But that doesn't happen because I don't think Elytra Glide actually triggers when you're flying up with a rocket. Here, let's just straight fall down so we don't accidentally fly in as we're testing this. So we flew away, and the redstone block is supposed to be there, but it's not. So it didn't trigger, and it's not a range issue either. Like, this can detect our elytra all the way from here. See, now it's off. So what we're going to do, we're going to change it to a different sound. We're going to change it to the fireworks sound, which I think is a 3 projectile shoot. Yeah, that picked it up. Okay, good. Now, I'm pretty sure the biggest question you all have is, did the tissue box mic stand survive the transfer to the new computer? You're all very attached to it, I understand. And I am too, so of course, yes, we still have it. And it is still operating at peak efficiency, dampening the sound. I see many years ahead in its future, so don't worry. I've also been experimenting with new office tech. Draping a blanket over the office chair might seem like a small thing. It's actually improved my day so much. It's so much more comfortable, but you have to find the right balance. I was doing 4 folds in the blanket before, and I found my back was kind of sore at the end of the day. Like, if it's too soft, there's not enough rigidness to the office chair, then your back muscles need to compensate. Yeah, so recently we traded all of our gold to the piglins, guys. We are broke, nothing left in the reserves, which is fine until the next project that needs a lot of gold, and then I'm going to be panicking. So we're going to try to get ahead of the problem today. I think it would be really fun, actually, to try take what we did at the Enderman farm there, the whole potion auto-killing system, and apply it to our gold farm. I think it's going to be quite challenging and a fun problem to work out with you guys because, like, we need to store those potions in water, and there's no water in the Nether. So how are we going to do it? Let's figure it out here. We're going to grab some of these for testing. By the way, this is a part of our world I think we should really focus on improving in the future. Like, it's always been this way, and I haven't really questioned it until recently. It's like, why aren't we making this better? Because we got our gold farm here, we got our iron farm, our wither skeleton farm. This is a really key part of our world, and it's not really nice at all. It's pretty bad. Like, for example, why didn't I make it so the boat road goes up to the farm? It just stops here, and I never questioned it. We could make a nice building for this. I want to add auto crafters for the gold, for the bone blocks, for the coal blocks. So we're going to try and make improvements to this over time. Starting today, we're going to try improve the gold farm. Because currently, like, we do get good rates out of this, but we're just dropping them on the ground. So they're not getting player killed, which means no extra gold ingots. And we're also not using our looting sword on them, so we're not getting the extra gold nuggets and ingots from that either. It makes a huge difference, honestly. So our first step here, we're going to try to get them down to a one-hit kill. Currently, they're just dropping at different levels, and they all have different levels of fall damage. We want to equalize that as best as we can using powdered snow. So when they drop through the powdered snow, it resets their fall damage. Okay, they survived from that height. Let's go a little higher. We want to find that sweet spot where they're just at 1 HP, basically. They lived. Okay, 1 block higher. I could count it and figure it out that way, but this is probably quicker. And, okay, I think, yeah, they're dying. So this is the height right here. All right, good stuff. Now that we got them down to a one-hit kill here, pretty much guaranteed, we don't need to worry so much about our accuracy hitting them with a potion. It should pretty much always wipe them out, I think. And if we have our looting sword equipped when the potion hits, we should get the looting effect. So yeah, we just got to figure out how to automate that potion throwing, which, yeah, that should be easy, right? I don't think it's going to be too tough, actually. Is this going to be really finicky working out the exact, like, distances and heights of everything we need to do here? Can you guys jump out of there? First question. It'd be really bad if they can. I just want to see if the piston will knock them up over the wall here. They're staying put. That might be the height then. So this direction is north. We're going to make a portal to the overworld and try to chuck healing potions through the portal this way. It'll hit the column here, hopefully, and get rid of anyone that's being stored inside. So we're going to be actually building our device in the overworld, thankfully. We got a bunch of spruce trees around here, so we're just going to clear a little bit of working space first. Get a nice flat area. I don't think this is going to matter, but I'm going to try to keep it all within a single chunk, just in case I think of some reason it does matter later. But it probably is unnecessary. I just left 4 blocks on this side of the portal to work with, and most of our machine is going to be over here, though. And then I just tried to center it. And we're going to be checking the potion to the north, this way, I believe. So hopefully they link up. Yep. So imagine I'm a potion. I'm going to ram right into the wall here. Just want to do one more test here too. Do they go through the portal as they're falling, or do they just go by it? It looks like they're not pushing each other into it, so that's good. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how we're going to do this. I think we're going to have a clock on the nether side, and we're going to make it shoot an item into the portal every so often. However often we want them to get hit with a potion. So we'll throw an item, and just for now, we're going to use this for testing. The item should land in these hoppers, right? And then we will detect that with the comparator. Oh boy. We're just going to do this really rough to begin with, and then we'll refine it later. But yeah, basically when this comparator turns on, we want to eject a potion out, okay? So to do that, we're going to use slime block launchers, I think, and like store the potions in water columns, bubble columns. So maybe, again, I have no idea where we should do this, but we're gonna have to play with it, figure it out. Let's try here to begin with. This is one of those things, it's like, it's either gonna be very simple or very complicated, I think. We won't know until we try it out a few times here and see what happens. So just very simple test to begin with. We'll get our 1 potion loaded in. And now whenever something goes through the portal, it should fire that through. I saw gold come through. Okay, that's a good sign. We probably hit something then. Okay, cool. Let's do one more and we'll watch it from the other side. All right, let's see if it works. So when we throw an item through the portal, it should load the chunks on the other side, and hopefully it'll trigger in time. So it should land in the hoppers on the overworld side. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I like it. Let's do some fine-tuning now. So we did see some XP and some gold go through the portal, which isn't really a big deal, but long-term, we'll probably lose a lot of gold that way. So I think we're actually going to move this up a block, and I think I'm going to move it out a block too. So up 1, out 1. We'll add in some slabs over here just for a little bit more height, so hopefully the items can't land on top of this. And for the sake of compacting things, I guess there's really no reason not to put the water here, right? Let's try it out. Oh yeah, I guess we already have a hopper clock set up here, don't we? This is for the clearing mechanism to get the stuff into the storage room. So we can use that for the triggering device too. And I just hooked up a dropper with some items in, so now whenever we send a pulse to that, it should trigger. And we'll just have to hook our clock up to it. Oh, so it was too high now. Let's try again. So we lowered the portal by 1 again. It's the same height as we originally started with, but it's still out that 1 block, and we still have the slabs there exactly where they were. Got about half of them. Try again. Nope. I've tried a lot of different distances for the slime block launcher and for the portal positioning here, and I gotta say, I think we got really lucky the first time because I haven't found anything better than that. Yeah, just about got them all. We missed one. Yeah, so we'll just keep it the way we had it originally. Just 4 blocks from the portal seems to work pretty good, and we're gonna move on to the next step here. And this is where things get a little bit more complicated, but hopefully it won't be too bad. We gotta make a spot to store the potions, and then to separate them out 1 by 1. We gotta make an entity separator, which is not something I've ever done in the Let's Play, actually. So just to clarify, I did not invent this. I don't know who did it originally. They've kind of been around for a few years now. And they're pretty handy, especially for like ender pearl, stasis chambers, and that kind of stuff. Might get into using them a bit more. Just trying to figure out how I want to do this. We're going to have a water column here, and I don't want it leaking everywhere, right? So something like this is where we're going to store them. This needs to go at least 6 blocks up, though. Or I could just dig this deeper, I suppose. So our potions are going to be in here, and we want to get them over there. So I think that means our pistons need to go pushing that way and that way. So it goes kind of that way, right? Across from this piston, we need a wall 1 block down with 2 sea pickles on top. It's like the most random assortment of stuff. We need a fence next to this one and a pressure plate on top of that. I think it might need to be an iron one as well. Oh, wait. No. We need downward flowing water, I think. Yeah, so where the piston is, the water flows down, and then it kind of holds the item here. I'm bumbling around a little bit here, I'm sorry. I've never made one of these before. It's a bit confusing for me. I think we're good, though. So I'm just using the ladders to hold the water in place. I don't think they're all necessary. We could probably put some glass blocks in certain places, but let's just try it as it is now, and we'll test it out with ender pearls first. Let's throw in... let's throw in 3. Does it matter which one we trigger first? I think we want to push towards the sea pickle first, but it might not matter. So this combination of wall and sea pickle holds it like right on the edge there, like where it doesn't, it goes over the block a bit, but it doesn't fall, which is pretty cool. And then this piston is going to push this way, and what will happen is the ender pearls are going to hit the pressure plate, which will cause the trapdoor to close, and it stops them from being able to pass through anymore. And the way items are processed in Minecraft, it does them 1 by 1. So the first pearl is able to get through, but then the trapdoor is closed and the other 2 just ram against it and stop. I think is how it works anyways, is my understanding. So it only lets 1 through at a time. Never underestimate the importance of having a clean redstone signal, everybody. That's what the monostables are for. So that guarantees, like, if this ever got stuck on or it pulsed a bunch of times, it doesn't really matter. It's only going to let 1 signal through, and it's going to be guaranteed a 2-tick pulse if we set this to 2, which is enough time for the piston to extend and retract the slime block. And that way, it's going to be consistent. So we ran a staircase up to the loader, the one that sends a new item into the bubble column there. Every time we shoot one, we also load one. Yeah, in my mind, I thought this was going to be like a big thing, but it's actually pretty simple. There's not a lot to this. We're done, pretty much. We just got to get some brewer set up and some way of loading this nicely. But yeah, I think we're good to go here. Let's do a little test run. We loaded in 8. Hit the button to get them into position. And everything should be good. We'll press this once just to make sure it loads properly. Yep. So now every time we pulse it, something through the portal, we should get a potion shot through. Let's make sure there's some stuff in there. Press it once to begin with. Nice. Okay, so we missed 2. We're not getting them all, but we're getting them pretty close. If gold does happen to shoot through the portal, it's going to be going the opposite way. It won't land in the hopper either. So that's not a concern. We just might lose the odd ingot. Press it again. Oh, that was not a good shot. Uh-oh. It is, it might be... Ooh. Try again. Oh no, that time we got him. Is it random? Why was that second shot so bad? Like, that third one was fine. And they should all be in the same position. I guess because it's bobbing up and down in the water, maybe it's hard to get an accurate shot. Good stuff. All right, so we're just doing a little potion ingredient gathering run. I was doing some math on this. If we trigger the potions every 18 3/4 seconds, we can run it for an hour per stack of ingredients. So like 1 stack of nether wart, gunpowder, glowstone dust, and glycerine melon, and then we need 3 stacks of glass for the bottles, and that'll get us an hour of runtime, which doesn't seem too bad to me. A shulker box will basically last a day, which isn't too bad. If we run it at 18 3/4 seconds. I think we should go a little faster than that. I'm thinking more like 14 seconds, because when you send an item through the portal, I believe it loads it for 15 seconds, and I don't want it to be like loaded for 15 and then unloaded for 3, then loaded for 15 and unloaded for 3. Let's just like keep it loaded all the time. It's probably easier on my hard drive and stuff if I do that. So that's kind of the plan going forward here. We'll see how that goes, and then we'll get more gold that way too, because we'll be harvesting faster. We are so close to perfect here. I just got to get the portal right. We're experimenting again. Okay, so it's out 1 and down 1 more. I found a way of doing it. I had to lower the redstone and stuff. And now I'm just seeing... Okay, that looked pretty good. That went right between the slabs. Let's do another test, make sure we didn't get lucky. Okay, that was a little low. It almost hit the bottom slab, but it went through. That one hit the slab. I don't think you can put a rail on a piston, right? And have it stay. Pretty sure it breaks. Yeah, it breaks. Okay. So the only thing I'm thinking is maybe a trapdoor. Maybe they won't try to go through the trapdoor because they see it as a full block. Maybe. Oh boy. Like, this will definitely not let the big guys through, but I think the little guys could squeeze through there if they try. Ouch. Oh, just one more, please. Yes. Close it up. All right, well, check it out, everybody. We made some progress here. You didn't miss anything. Don't worry. No, it's just a couple small things. You know how it is. Yeah, we were like 20 minutes into this episode. It's like, man, we built like 2 things, and I still got so much left to do. So I did a couple things off camera. It's always this really challenging balance. Like, how much do I show? I want you to come along with me on the ride, right, as we do this. But like, I also have to make progress in the episodes, or they're gonna feel really empty, right? So yeah, I built the brewer off camera, designed a new brewer. This is based off of the brewer at the man cave, actually, that we saw earlier this episode, where we got the instant health. It's a chaining brewer, so it brews very quickly, and we'll run through this in just a second. But from the brewer, we have a nice storage of potions here. I put down enough chests for like 450 potions. It's easy to expand it if we want to hold more. I don't know how many we can actually store in the column before we start having like technical problems. Is it only a few hundred? Is it thousands? I don't know. I haven't done that before in Minecraft, so it's going to be a learning experience as well. But then we have a dropper down there, and we're pulling from both sets of chests, so it's at 2 times hopper speed. And then we turn that dropper on by right-clicking the note block up there. It sends a signal down to the clock so that we can be up here. Oh, and I moved this closer so that the potion would be more accurate when it shoots through the portal. So, yeah, that was quite the challenge trying to figure that out. Like, I knew it was going to be an issue at the start of this episode, and yeah, I did waste a couple hours on it. But we finally settled on something I'm pretty happy with. Okay, so the potions come up here once we right-click this. See the clock turned on there. Potions are coming up. We can run it for however long we want. And when we're done, we just right-click it to shut it off. But we can stand here now and just hold right-click and toss our potions in. And nice and simple. Nice and quick as well. Easy. And then you can see they're all gone. We threw them all in. Oh, unless there's more spots in our inventory, of course. Kind of want to have a full inventory when you do that. And then we just right-click this to get them to the pickles. And it should be good to go. I'm going to press this once just to load one in, so it's not confusing during our demonstration. Now let's go to the other side. We got a big stash of zombie flesh to shoot through the portal here. And let's see. We did end up going with the slab, the double slab thing, because I was having a bunch of baby pigmen get through before with just the trap door. And now that we moved the portal closer, it seems to not hit the bottom slab, or at least a lot rarer. We'll see it better when we're running this. Okay, turn it on. Please work, please work, please work. I did set this to about 14 seconds. Oh, perfect! We got them all. Oh, that was sweet. We might have got a bit lucky on that one. Usually there's a couple, I think, that get left behind. Oh, did it throw a potion already? That was not a good potion, that one. And... can we see it again? There we go. Alright, yeah, that feels like about when we want it to throw, right? Yeah, so I'm thinking possibly when we redesign this, we make some changes with this too. Like, ideally, we probably only want it to be like a 3 wide, 1 deep chamber, and then like the potion would always work. But this is like a 3x3 area, so it's hard to cover the whole thing. Also, this needs to be upgraded because now we're getting too much gold. I think some of it's not going in, possibly. There's some stuff piling up that I don't think you used to. Alright everybody, we're going to do some stress testing now. We're going to try load all the potions in here, like 450 potions, and see if we get lag or what happens. I also wanted to see, like, can the dropper keep up with us? And it's pretty close. You see, we have an empty inventory for just a split second after each one. I think we are starting to get some frame rate lag for sure here. But it could just be the bubbles from the bubble column. Like if we were on minimal, it would probably be fine. That might be what's causing the lag right there. Just a hunch. Yeah, we are out of potions. So that's all of them in there. 450. That should last at least 2 hours. And it's not too bad. It's a little janky. Ooh, yeah. If we're looking at the potions, it like drops down to 43 frames per second. So we look up. It goes up a little bit. Not all the way though, for sure. So we gotta be a little bit careful. This is probably about the limit, I would say. Oh, we lost some. Gained a few frames though. Why did it break? Oh, and they didn't all move? Uh-oh. Oh, you know what it is? Sometimes I think it's lower than the piston arm, and they don't get moved then. I don't know why some of them broke, though. Never seen that happen before. Hopefully it wasn't too many. Can we actually see how many are there? It says 520 entities. Yeah, so I don't think we lost too many. Actually, you know what? We moved them this way. We haven't tried moving them this way yet. We gotta press this too and see if any more break. Okay, we're fine. This is definitely one of those things, though, I'm gonna have to play around with a bit to really understand it. Like, yes, it's laggy in the overworld, but does that even matter? I'm not sure. Because we're not loading the overworld. We don't care about the frame rate there. There's this TPS we're concerned about mainly, right? And yeah, so that's kind of like the benefit of having that on the other side of the portal, too. The other thing is, we are chunk loading that area when the item goes through, so it should be able to brew potions faster than we're using them, even if we're not there, I think. So every time we go, we should have potions available. Let's test that real quick, actually. So we have a full double chest and 4 potions in there, so we're just starting to fill this chest, like next batch will. So I'm gonna go to the Nether, and I'm just gonna sit there for a few minutes, and then we'll come back and check how many are there. And time. Okay, so I think it's been exactly 2 minutes. Takes 20 seconds to brew a batch of potions. So it should be 6 brews times 3, 18 potions. Let's see if there's 18 potions here. We got 1. Okay, it might have been a little bit longer. Yeah, it seems to check out. Okay, let's take a moment now to check out the brewer here. I'm actually really happy with how this thing turned out. And again, this is based on the chaining brewer we did in the man cave, like over 10 years ago. This is like a modern redstone version of it. And the idea is, instead of like one brewing stand handling the entire potion, we split it up into steps. So we brew water into awkward, then we do into healing, and then we do into healing 2. And then finally into the splash potion. Because if we only used one brewing stand for the whole potion, it would take 80 seconds. It's 20 seconds per step. And because we're shooting them out every 14 seconds, a batch of 3 would last 42, which 80 seconds is longer than 42 seconds. So we wouldn't be brewing them fast enough. So by doing this, we brew a batch of potions every 20 seconds, which is pretty cool. And all we're doing is we're taking our water bottles, we're shooting them to the left, then the hopper pulls them down, and then they go to the left, and then they go up, and then left and down, left, up, left, down, left, up, left, down. It's a repeating chain you can do for however many steps are in the potion, and it works pretty good. And then this thing kicks on after every cycle as well. It's just a quick little observer clock that pulses the droppers 3 times to shoot the potions through here. So you see it runs along the bottom and branches up to each set of 2 droppers. So that's how they are able to get from one to the next. Aha. And then, what else? We got our ingredients up here, so we can store a bunch if we want. We have a auto filling station here, so we take our glass bottles, and whenever this hopper runs out, it sets out another one, kind of thing. Just like that. Pretty simple. And then above that, we have added a crafter to automatically craft glass into glass bottles over here. And again, if we do the same trick, if this runs out, it triggers it, so it crafts 3 more. So it never runs out unless we run out of glass, which we're not going to, because we also set up a shulker unloader for glass here at the top. This is like overkill. But I just have to drop off boxes of glass here, and we pretty much never will run out of potions that way, which is pretty cool. And for the most part, you should be able to see all the redstone here. If you do want to copy it, we'll just take a little quick look at the back where the guts are. Make sure you look at the repeaters though, because some of them are at funny settings here. Oh, and quickly on the front here, we are locking the hopper with these redstone torches. And then after the 20 seconds, we unpower it just long enough for the 3 potions to flow through the hopper. And that's all being controlled right over here. There's a hopper clock that runs and times everything. Yeah, you should be able to see most of the redstone here, just in case you want to copy it. This hopper clock did a vertical style. We have 28 items in it, and that gives us just the right amount of time. And then we also added a big locking mechanism at the top here. This is like a quality of life thing. We don't have to worry about running out of ingredients. If we ever do, the brewer will just automatically shut itself off. So you see from each of our sets of ingredients, we have a comparator going to this main line. If any of them run out, it sends a signal down to the hopper clock and shuts it off, basically. Likewise, if we fill up a potions, if this gets full, it just shuts off. It sends a signal to the hopper clock to shut it off. And we also have one for the glass. If we run out of glass bottles, it'll shut off too. So we don't have to worry about anything running out, really. Where's that one? Yeah, this over here. So if we're out of glass, this turns on and locks the hopper clock. Oh yeah, and at each brewing stand, we also have a hopper running in at the side here. This is for the blaze powder. You could extend this, like put a hopper here, container on top, to run it into each of these as well, but it lasts for quite a bit of time. Look at that. The gold swords make a really cool pattern when there's a lot of them. Oh, it's so cool. I like it a lot. In a way, we kind of made like a vanilla auto clicker here when it comes down to it. Like it automatically farms the guys for us. We get the looting effect. We don't have to do anything. And we're actually not bound to the farm. We're free to move around as it's running. Like we can be off doing other stuff. As long as we have our looting sword equipped, we should get the looting effect, I'm pretty sure. So I kind of want to like start setting up more farms and things to do around here so we can stay busy while that's running. Downside, of course, with this is we got to pay the potion cost. We got to do all that setup. And then we got to refill it every so often, depending on how many we put into the chamber. Let's go double check on our iron farm as well. Just want to make sure it's not jammed up. Whoa! Or anything like that. We should build an elevator to get up here nicely, because flying up every time is kind of not very fancy, right? We do have a basalt farm at the top there, which I sometimes use, but then the gold farm's not running below. Oh boy. Okay, we almost filled up. Well, anyways, guys, it's that time. Let's wrap up our episode with the comment of the day. It says, after doing some reminiscing, I was wondering if you would ever consider playing another super hostile game. I'm not sure if you can only play them on old versions, but I was just thinking about how much I remember enjoying watching you play Canopy Carnage. Legendary. And the videos with Ooge, lol. Those times will always hold a special place in my heart. Anyways, thank you for all that you do. Well, I thank you very much. You know, it's funny, I saw this comment because this is something I've been debating about for a while. The thing about super hostile maps or just playing maps in general on YouTube is they never really perform the best, like view-wise. Even back in the heyday of super hostile maps, they just barely were getting enough views to justify. Nowadays, you know, with as like attention hungry and like fast scene changing everybody wants YouTube to be, I don't think the slow content is really what people are looking for. People watch Minecraft for creative ideas mostly, so this might not do the best. But I've been thinking there might be a format that actually works. Like, what if I spend a day or two playing through the map and editing it into a single episode, and then in the video we get to see all the locations, and I think there would be enough action that way that it would feel good, and we can watch whenever I get hit by a trap or something like that. The only challenge with that is I'd have to be careful how I edit it, because if you were jumping around the map a lot, people can like lose focus on where you are in the map and lose that sense of story and progression in the video. So I'd have to edit it very carefully, and I'm not sure if it would work or not. It might be something we try though. I've been wanting to play through Legendary again and just see if it's as brutal as I remember. I think it would be fun to reminisce on that and just see what it's like. And just in general, I'm thinking about getting back into doing like one-off videos a bit more. They were always fun and goofy, and you guys remember like the Mad Bomber challenge I did a long time ago? Stuff like that worked really well, and it was a ton of fun. And I think we should get back to having those goofy videos every once in a while instead of everything being tied to a series like we currently do. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Until the next one, you take care. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.